Welcome back. It's Sports This Morning. We'll reach you live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. We're celebrating the life and times of Coach Stephen Keshi, who died yesterday in his house in Benin. Let's take a look at what the Complete Sports newspaper is saying this morning. Front page. Stephen Keshi. It's all about Stephen Keshi. Buhari, Nigerian football wouldn't be the same without Keshi. Family. Keshi has gone to be with his wife. Remember, his wife, Kate, died last year, was buried in December, and now Keshi has followed. Let me get Joseph to talk about this one. Sharapova gets 2-year ban for failing drug test at Australian Open.
Well, I'm not surprised. At a point last when the news broke out, she was banned from provisional list. Yes, so suspended, I beg your pardon, in that one. And I say for Sharapova, were you coming out to say you didn't know that the drug had been banned and you still went and using that drug? For me, I think it is uncalled for and unacceptable at this point in time. So 2-year ban, where she has said she would go to the Court of Arbitration to appeal that ban. And maybe the best she can get would be maybe the ban reduced to 1 year.
Yes, I think Joseph is spot on her, because on what grounds is she going to appeal it?
Yeah.
She's already saying it's a harsh.
If it's ignorance, problem.
It doesn't
I mean,
work.
you and I know ignorance is not an excuse in the court of law. So at this point, I think the best she can get would be a ban reduced to 1.
Yeah, probably, because according to WADA, the World Anti-Doping Code, the strict liability policy with the athlete. So you're strictly responsible for whatever goes into your system.
I mean, definitely we heard about the news of Mamadou Sakho of Liverpool and so many sports legends. So I don't think Sharapova will be left out. The best, as I said earlier on, will be a ban reduced to 1 year.
1 year without Sharapova and women's tennis.
I mean, she's the highest. She used to be the highest earning, female athletes. I imagine this is going to affect her a lot, off the court as well too.
Yeah, because I'm just checking that. Other ladies will say they need to step up. By the time she's coming back, a lot of catching up to do.
A lot of catching up, because if the ban remains the same, she's going to be out until 2018.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the silly season. It's a transfer window, so you get a year all sorts until the deal is completed. This one, front page of the Complete Sport. Liverpool joint chase for Cavani. Makes sense, And then this is Mourinho ready to bid £47 million for Morata. Morata, and lately the love for Jose Mourinho's love for this guy. I'm wondering.
Yeah, you know what I said earlier about coaches and players having a relationship with the coach that gave them the break.
That's
I remember Alvaro Morata playing, Clasico games when he was a teenager under Jose Mourinho.
But I think Madrid are in poor position to bring him back, because they have they did sign a clause that they can't bring him back for 36 million euros, according to reports in that one. Well, he joining up with United, Jose at Manchester United. I don't see that happening, because I don't think at this point Juventus will want to let such a striker go. A striker that would definitely guarantee them 20 to 25 goals. A fit Morata should give you that every season in the Italian Serie A in that one. So I don't think he would. Even if he will, maybe United back to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but every player's got his prize, right?
Well, every player's got his prize. If the right money comes, you expect Juventus to sell. But I don't think they would make such a monolithic mistake.
Okay, still with the front page of the Complete Sports. Ahead 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Nigeria in Pot 2. Avoid Egypt. May draw Ghana, Cameroon, Zambia. Pot 2.
Well, I don't think that's enough reason to celebrate, even if we're going to avoid Egypt at this point. There's also Ghana to be wary of. I mean, if we meet Ghana, it becomes a derby, and you know how Ghanaians and take every game seriously. So at this point, there's nothing to celebrate about. All we need to do is get grade A friendlies. Make sure these boys are in good shape. The synergy must be there, and who says we can qualify for Russia?
Okay,
In Pot 1, there's Algeria, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Senegal, Tunisia. Pot 2, there is Cape Verde, Egypt, Congo DR, Nigeria, Mali. Pot 3, there's Cameroon, Morocco, Guinea, South Africa, and Congo. While Pot 4 has Uganda, Burkina Faso, Zambia, Gabon, and Libya. Shouldn't be much of a problem for the Super Eagles to,
like seriously,
shouldn't be much of a problem. But of course, we know that football is changing. I know. Okay.
Austin, now we've been taking the tribute from, from ex-colleagues of Stephen Keshi, and the tweets are still coming in. So I think we should just take a couple of tweets from the fans. And this one is from Ayo Daniel Agumbiade. It says, Stephen Keshi's demise is a great loss to the nation. All I want to say is that his children be taken care of. And we have one from Keshi, Alex Locoso says, the trend continues in Nigeria where where we never appreciate our heroes and legends until they are gone. R.I.P. To the big boss.
Man. Wow. So tributes keep coming in. Let's keep them coming on Twitter. We're channels_sports. On Facebook, we're channels-sports. Let's keep celebrating the life and times of Coach Stephen Keshi. What do you remember, Joseph, when you remember Coach Stephen Keshi?
Well, if I think about Stephen Keshi, I think what I remember would be a coach who listens, a coach who gives, like I say, the home-based super eagles, home-based players, let me put an opportunity to shine. The likes of Van Ede, the likes of Godfrey Bagwin will always, we'll forever be grateful to Stephen Keshi, Sondemba. He gave them the chance even when no one believed in them. So he's a coach that I think listens. He's a coach that believes, yes, that nothing is impossible, and which we saw in 2013 in South Africa. So for me, it's a great loss to the country, no doubt.
That's right. We've listened to Peter Rufai, we've listened to Silvano Sopala, we've been talking to ex-internationals right from yesterday to tell us more about the coach. Let's go on this break and listen to some more ex-internationals pay tribute to the big boss. We'll be right back.
Is at the at the top of football, of sports, when you talk about Stephen Keshi. So this news is one of the biggest and the saddest news of that I've seen so far that I heard, and my heart goes to his family, because like I said, I spoke to him just a few days ago, so I know the conversation that we had, and this is just like very shocking.
Well, I think it's leadership quality, standing for what he believes in, and regardless of what anybody says, and he always have his way, otherwise there will be a problem. But not headstrong. If you're able to convince him beyond reasonable doubt, he will suffer better. But if you're not able to convince him, he will definitely stand for what he believes.
Keshi is a leader. That's why we call him the big boss, because wherever Keshi is, he always wants to be the number one. Things has to be all around him. He's kind of a person that when you have your own problem, you can always talk to him.
That's wow. And of course, you've been hearing from legends of Nigerian football. You saw Tijani Babangida. Isn't it wow? Tijani Babangida showing love. Austin Aguavoin also showing love to Stephen Keshi. And of course, Joseph Yobo. He was the captain when Coach Stephen Keshi led the country to AFCON victory in 2015. Thank you so much, Joseph Atewe, for coming around.
Thanks for having me, Austin.
All right.
Yeah,
well, story.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. I imagine it's been a bit difficult, but we still have to thank our viewers for watching.
That's right.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Tayo Salam.
And keep talking to us. Keep those tributes coming on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels-sports. We'll be back again tonight to talk some more sports, but until then, I'm Austin Okonakwan saying, in everything you do, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.